Hi everyone, my name is Shauna, in case you don't know, and welcome back to another video. I recently watched Eternals. I had to wait until Eternals got onto Disney Plus before I watched it because unfortunately it's really hard for me to watch movies in movie theaters. But since there's so many Eternals and it's not just like one hero, I thought it would be fun to sort of like talk about the different Eternals heroes and like rank them from my favorite to my least favorite. This ranking will be very controversial because I know that a lot of people would disagree with my ranking, but just hear me out with what I'm saying and why I'm saying it, and I hope this video is fun and entertaining. Oh gosh, I feel like people are gonna click away once I say my favorite. You ready for this? You ready for this? This is gonna be so controversial. My favorite Eternal is Sprite. So here's the thing about Sprite. Trust me, I know she has this like love for Icarus that a lot of people get really annoyed with her. However, I feel like she's a child and she's frustrated with the body that she was put in because they can't age, so she's been a child this whole time. So like I understand where her frustration is coming from, and I understand her love for Icarus. And one thing too is she is very much like the Tinkerbell of the story, which I really liked. Like I like the characters that are sort of like Tinkerbell. So I was really fond of her throughout the movie, and I understand why so many people hate her. However, I personally really like her. I thought that she brought a lot of humor to the movie, and I thought that her power was really unique and cool the way that they incorporated it into the movie. Next up, number 2, my second favorite is Makari. Makari is such a sweetheart with my favorite power because I always love super speed, and that scream that she has is so powerful when she thinks that Droog dies, and I'm just so in love with Makari, and I'm so in love with her characterization. I'm so in love with her romance with Droog too because it was so gentle and it was so sweet and they really understand each other. And number 3, my third favorite is Cersei. I think Cersei is a very powerful and amazing leader to all of the Eternals. I really like Cersei, and I think that she was a smart choice to be the one sort of in charge of them all. She's definitely not my favorite, but she is really high up there because I really enjoy her. Number 4 on this list is one that I know is a lot of people's numbers 1. However, I feel like at some points he got a little unhinged and detached from reality, and that is Droog. I really like his powers. I really like his relationship with Makari. For most of the movie, he's a very good guy. However, there are some times where I was a little bit like, I don't really agree with what you're doing here. Like, you could have done something different. But I do really like Droog. I do think he's awesome. I do just love him. He's just not in the top 3 for me. He's like right outside the top 3. But I know that he's like number 1 for a lot of people, and I feel like part of that has to do with people think he's really attractive, and like when it comes to like favorite and least favorite characters, like attractiveness doesn't come into play for me because it's just not really about that, you know? I'm all about looking at a character's personality and their story arc as opposed to looking at their physical attractiveness. Number 5 on this list is Kingo. I really liked Kingo. I thought that he was awesome. I thought that he brought a lot of great humor to the movie. I do wish he would have been there for that final battle. I didn't necessarily agree with his decision, but I really liked him, and I can't wait to see more of him in future movies. I also think Kingo will be fun to like team up with the current Avengers. Like I feel like there's a lot of good interactions that could happen. Number 6 on my ranking is Gilgamesh. I really liked Gilgamesh and how he was such a good caretaker for Thena. I think he was a great character whose story arc ended too soon, I guess I would say. There was so much potential for his character, and I hope that somehow there's just more to his character later. Like, I'm trying not to spoil it, but I'm sure all of you can guess what I'm saying in case you haven't seen the movie. Like, sorry if I spoiled it for you, but I wish there was somebody to like bring him back into the story, you know? I'm trying to be very vague about this, but I hope you understand what I mean. Number 7 on this list is Phastos. First of all, first gay kiss in a Marvel movie. Love that. That was fantastic. My reasoning for not having Phastos higher is I wasn't necessarily a super huge fan of his powers, and I feel like his powers weren't really like used to their full potential. I think he's a great character, but I think we need more time with him before I can settle on like super strong like, oh, I love him or I hate him, and I feel like his powers just need to be used to their potential more. Number 8 on this list is Icarus. So I know that Icarus would be like last on a lot of people's lists. However, I didn't like completely hate Icarus. Like I was really upset with him, especially his final decision of what he did when things didn't go his way. I was very upset with that. I mean, it fit his character based on the character's name, but I wasn't a huge fan of that decision of Icarus's and of possibly Marvel for making that decision for him. The thing about Icarus is I understood why he was doing what he was doing. He was definitely wrong, but like I could definitely like feel for him. So like his character was well written to the point that I could feel for him even though I disagreed with him. So he is a little higher on the list than he would be on other people's lists. However, Icarus is not like super high up on my favorites. He's like okay. He's not the worst, but he's definitely not like in the section of characters that I really like. Number 9 on this list is Thena. I was not a huge fan of Thena and her story arc. I know I'll get hate for this, but I sort of feel like if there was a different actress as Thena, I might be a little more into Thena, but I felt like Thena was to some extent like overpowered, and they had to make her have that issue with her mind to make it so it was more of an even playing field, or else she'd be like the most powerful and basically like winning every battle for them, you know? Yeah, I just didn't really like Thena that much. Like, I didn't hate her, but I didn't really like her at all. Yeah, I'm sorry. I know a lot of people love Thena, but I'm not a Thena fan. Number 10 on my list, and the final Eternal, is Ajak. I did not like her. I thought there was wasted potential with her character, and I thought her character was really like bland and uninteresting, so I am not actually like too upset that there was wasted potential for her character since I didn't like her character in the first place. I don't know. I feel like I would have done something different with her. I don't know how, I don't know what, maybe a little bit different like characterizations, that she has more of like a personality, but I really wasn't a huge fan of her. So yeah, this was my ranking of all of the Eternals, and I know people disagree with me. That's fine. It's fine to have your own opinion, but this was my personal ranking and my thoughts on the Eternals. If you've seen the Eternals, comment down below who your favorite Eternal is. I'm curious if there's any other Sprite fans who are watching this video, or if I'm the only Sprite fan in the universe, because sometimes it really does feel like that. Because I type like Sprite Eternals on Twitter to try and find other people who like Sprite, and most of us just like, oh, I hate that little girl, get her out of here, but I love Sprite. I also feel like Sprite's done in the Marvel universe, so I'm a little sad about that. She better have like cameos in later movies. So yeah, that was really all for this video. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, feel free to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to me if you haven't already. All of my other social media will be linked down in the description below. I really want to do a Sprite cosplay someday, so maybe stay tuned for that. I want to do like more her casual outfit as opposed to like her battle outfit, but let's just see how that turns out. It might not happen, might happen, I don't know. I'm not saying that I'll never do it, but I'm not saying that I will for sure do it, but I'm saying that it is something that I would like to do someday. I just don't know if it will happen. I upload videos twice a week, so my next video will be uploaded next Tuesday, and that video will be a book-related video. I hope all of you stick around for that video. You can also turn on notifications so you can get notified when that video comes out, and I hope all of you have a great weekend, and I'll see all of you on Tuesday. Until next time, goodbye.